In today's video, we're going to talk about the top 5 cards that you can use to rebuild your credit so you can buy a house or for anything else that you want to do credit related. I know personally I use a lot of these cards when we filed bankruptcy. It was 10 plus years ago, but I use a lot of these cards to help get me to the 800 scores that I have today, and you can do it as well. Let's go and talk about the top cards that you can use. Here we go. First one is the Credit One Bank Platinum Card for rebuilding credit. It has a $300 limit, and it also has no security deposit needed. So most people will get approved for this. The pros of this card has 1% cash back eligible for transactions. It's available to people with bad or no credit. And yet also have automatic credit line increase review. So some of the cons, it has a $75 annual fee, so it has a very small limit of $300. It also has a very high APR. I mean, it's not a generous card. At the end of the day, these credit card companies are in business to make money, so they're gonna whack you. So it's a pretty high APR. And it also has a very low credit limit. So you need to make sure that you pay this card, use it, maybe get gas, keep it paid off, but continue to use it, and over time, it's gonna rebuild your credit. Okay, the next one is the Open Sky Secured Visa Credit Card. Okay, I like this card because there's no credit check needed. Okay. However, what I don't like about it is that you have to have a security deposit. So you have to put down $200 in cash. So you have to borrow from your parents or whatnot, but you get $200 cash, you give it to them, they secure it, and that gives you a credit card to use. There's no credit check needed, so basically you're gonna get approved for this card, okay? So there's no credit check needed. However, one of the drawbacks is that you have to give them $200 to secure it. It's called a secure credit card. So to give them $200, you get approved. Here's a Visa logo credit card that you can use. And again, you get groceries, get gas, keep it paid down, because another con, it has a $35 annual fee. So it's not as high as some others, but it does have an annual fee that you do have to pay for. So if you have bad credit or no credit, this credit card is probably one of the first ones to start because it's a secured card. Because basically everyone's approved for it. It's definitely something that you should look into. For those that don't know me, I'm Emmett Dempsey, mortgage broker and owner of Treasure Coast Mortgage here in Port Saint Lucie. I help several clients like you improve their credit scores and buy homes. Go ahead and leave a like on this video. Definitely lets the YouTube robots know we're still alive. Well, with that being said, let's get into it. The next one up is the Discover It Secured Credit Card. Now, this is one of the best secured credit cards out there. Actually, some of the positives, it has no annual fee. It has some pretty good rewards, 2% back at gas stations, which is how I recommend that you use these cards. To get gas, get small expenses, keep them paid down, paid off. 2% at gas stations, 1% at restaurants. Also has a introductory APR for its first 6 months, and then it'll adjust to a normal credit card. So those are some of the positives. Some of the negatives, of course, it's a secured card, so you're gonna have to pony up some cash to give them to secure your credit card. But again, that negative is also positive because basically everyone is approved for it. So if you had no credit or damaged credit, it's definitely a place to start. So that's definitely a good card to check out. The next one up is the Capital One Platinum Credit Card. Now this is a good one for people with no credit. This is pretty easy to get approved for, but so if you have bad credit, you might not get approved for it. But if you have, you're looking to build credit from nothing, this is definitely a good one to do because a lot of folks will get approved for it. Some of the other positives, it has no annual fee, has definitely some good rewards. So the drawbacks, it definitely has a very high APR for this one. So basically, it's going to mitigate its risk for your credit ones. So ultimately, for your if you have no credit, they're going to make it up for it. So it's definitely a good card to get again and keep it paid off. Keep a small balance, keep it paid off, and that way you'll build that history. But it's easy approval, and I like it very much. So basically, if you're new to credit, if you have no credit, the Capital One card is definitely a good one to get. Next one is the Capital One Quicksilver One Cash Rewards Card. Now this is good if you're a rewards junkie and you have decent credit or fair, you're on your way. Maybe you graduated from those previous cards and you're on this card to get some good reward. And what I like about it, you see Samuel L. Jackson on there all the time talking about this card. It gives you 1.5% back for all cash purchases. What I don't like about it, it's got a $39 annual fee. It's got a high APR, but I mean, really, what credit card doesn't have an APR? If you're responsible, you pay it off, it's good. You can take advantage of the 1.5% cash back, and you might make Samuel L. Jackson pretty happy. In order to take advantage of this card, they say you have to spend about $217 a month. So if you're going to spend money on this card, basically about $200-300 a month is what you need to spend to make it worth it. So if this is, like I said, you graduated, past those other cards, you're on your mid-tier, you're starting to get some cash back and build your credit. This Quicksilver One card is definitely a good place to start, and you'll pay for Samuel L. Jackson's appearances. If you're going to get pre-approved for a house, I'll link in the description. YouTube wants you to watch this video right here.